5 seconds. Madam Speaker, I rise to present the railway budget for 2012-13. I consider it a great privilege for me to head the strong and vibrant railway family and present my maiden railway budget, which is also the first year of the 12th five-year plan. I am grateful to the Honorable Prime Minister for his inspiring guidance and support in formulating the budget. I am also grateful to the Honorable Finance Minister and the UPA chairperson for their support. It would not have been possible for me to present this budget had I not received the support and confidence of my party, All India Trinamool Congress, and its chairperson, to whom I shall always remain grateful. Above all, I am grateful to the people, as it is only because of their blessings that I have been able to make it to this parliament. Madam Speaker, when I took at the list of illustrious leaders of this country who had donned the mantle of Indian Railways right from Sri Asaf Ali to Mamta Banerjee, I find myself nowhere near their stature, but I have certainly tried to take lessons from the pages of history and from their contribution to this great institution. I am grateful to Mamta Banerjee for giving vision to railways in her Vision to 2020 document, which has guided me immensely in framing the roadmap for carrying forward the task. I am grateful to each and every member of 14 lakh strong Rail Parivar, which has not only given confidence to me but has also shown the direction. It is through their direction, hard work, loyalty, and sacrifice that the railways have scaled great heights. No other organization can perhaps draw a parallel with Indian Railways. Right from the board members to the gangman, it is only this unity which has overcome various challenges and has made the country proud. Therefore, I dedicate to them all the achievements of the railways so far. Madam, when I took oath on 12th July 2011 as Minister of Railways, the railways had just been overtaken by an unfortunate rail accident near Kanpur on 10th July 2011. I had rushed to the accident site instead of going to Rail Mantralaya. The intensity of pain and misery experienced by the passengers and their relatives continues to haunt me, and I have spent sleepless nights. At that very moment, I took a vow to eliminate recurrence of such painful happenings and decided that my entire emphasis is going to be on strengthening safety, safety and safety. The death on rail tracks just can never be tolerated and it is not acceptable. I would like to reiterate my strong conviction and belief in the phrase safety never sleeps, as emphasized by Mamta Banerjee all along. I believe that safety on Indian railways has to be benchmarked against other modern railway systems in the world, be it in Europe or Japan. Safety standards have been remarkable in these systems with no deaths due to rail accidents for decades together on high speed routes. Although I am not at all satisfied with the safety standards at the present moment, I must inform the August House that the entire railway family is equally concerned and has been making concerted efforts in this direction. The commitment made in 2001 to reduce accidents per million train kilometers from 0.55 to 0.17 has been achieved. However, our target should be zero death. I would like to inform the August House that more than 40% of the consequential train accidents involving 60% to 70% of the total casualties occur at unmanned level crossings. However, funding is an issue which needs to be collectively addressed to fast track elimination of level crossings in the next 5 years. I have decided to set up a special purpose vehicle named Railroad Grade Separation Corporation of India. In order to achieve even higher safety standards, I decided to set up a committee to examine the current standards of safety on Indian railways and to suggest suitable benchmarks and safety protocols, considering the zero tolerance approach in the areas of nuclear science and aerospace. I felt that the best people to guide railways in determining appropriate safety protocols should be from these two fields. My dear friend Dr. Kasturi Rangan, who himself is an eminent space scientist and to whom I am grateful, suggested the name of Dr. Anil Kakodkar to head this high level railway safety committee. I am also grateful to Dr. Kakodkar and his team for readily accepting my request despite their extremely busy schedule. This gesture underlines the fact that intense interests of people and the nation are close to their hearts. The committee has submitted its report on 17th February 2012 and recommended far-reaching measures and safety protocols. Madam Speaker, I assure the August House that the recommendations of the committee will receive focused attention as required by way of initiating a long-term approach to safety, and in line with recommendations of the committee, I propose to set up an independent railway safety authority as a statutory regulatory body. The functions of the authority would be worked out in greater details in line with international practices in the best interests of passenger safety. Since research and development activities are central to any tangible results in the area of safety enhancement, I also propose to set up a Railway Research and Development Council at the apex level to spearhead such efforts. This would also be in line with recommendations of Kakodkar Committee. In today's world, safety is driven by improved technology. Hence, safety standards cannot be achieved without modernization, as safety and modernization are two sides of the same coin. At the same time, modernization cannot take place without financial resources and professionalization of manpower. Therefore, I had set up yet another expert group headed by Mr. Sam Pitroda on modernization and resource mobilization. The group has submitted its report on 27th February 2012 and has provided a blueprint for the next 5 years for modernization of Indian railways. The recommendations of the group entail an estimated investment of 5.60 lakh crore. There has been considerable criticism of railways in regard to only partial implementation of recommendations of several committees set up in the past. In this context, the safety committee has also observed that Indian railways suffers from an implementation bug.